Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel. It's about to get really interesting. So in the last episode, we had the death of Saber, right? And it's gonna get crazy from here, I feel, because what the heck? What do we do now, right? Like, what does Shiro do in this spot? I'm super interested to see. Before we jump into it, though, I do want to say one thing. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's watching and and commenting and whatnot. It really makes, first of all, it makes it so much more fun to play the game, right? Knowing people are watching and are talking about it with me. Seeing stuff like those big comments. It doesn't even have to be the big comments, even just the small ones that are little jokes or just like, hey, glad to see you back, right? They make my day when I read them, frankly. So I know this is just kind of out of nowhere, but I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support. It means a lot to me, really, it does. But yeah, I just felt the need to say that real quick. Anyways, let's just go ahead and jump into the episode. I am super excited to play. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, let's see if we wake up with our legs. Morning. When the bright sunlight wakes me, I realize my neck is stiff. My neck feels heavy because my shoulders are stiff. Probably strained my neck when I slept on my stomach. On the other hand, my back feels much better now. I don't feel any pain, so it shouldn't hinder my normal life. I feel a sharp pain in my stomach. It's fine as long as I stay still, but it hurts when I suddenly move. Yeah? But it's nothing I can't endure. It's not like it's bad enough to stop me from moving, so I should be able to act normally. Okay, he's walking. That's good. I get changed and leave my room. I smell breakfast from the living room, so I bet Sakura's preparing it. Well, I can tell you who's not preparing it. Boy, your face is mad red. All we did is walk into the kitchen. Good lord. Man, it has every reason. Whoops. Sorry, I don't like talking over people. It has every reason to be tired. I feel like he should be mentally and physically exhausted. Wow. I have no memory of Sakura coming to wake me up. That's the weirdest feeling, right? Is when somebody tries to wake you up and they tell you that, and you're like, what? You did what? I didn't. Like, I don't remember that. Not only are my shoulders stiff, but it seems my head is still asleep. Man, you're not the one sweating bullets. I hope you got a poison test, bro. She's finna poison you. Sakura's really energetic. Well, if she's making the offer, I shouldn't turn her down. It's gonna be spiked, bro. I nod and head into the hallway. Something strange. I went past her without caring because she was energetic, but this is just like... Oh, yep. I hear something falling to the ground. I don't know if it's because I've heard it many times these past few days, but I realize it's the sound of someone falling. And there she goes again. I run back into the living room. Sakura must have been on the ground, as she slowly raises her upper body. Sakura! I support her staggering body. Her body is hot, just like before. Her breathing is ragged, and her shirt is wet with her sweat, telling me how bad her condition is. She must have come to her senses. Sakura looks at me with unfocused eyes. I don't think he's that worried about the breakfast, Sakura. I think he's a little worried about the fact that you just fell over like that again, and now that you're not even making a big deal of it. She smiles and brushes my hand off of her.
Sakura, omae.
It doesn't seem like she's pushing herself, but rather that she doesn't notice she's sick.
待てって、朝飯の支度はいい。それより部屋に戻って横になるんだ。さくら、すごい熱だぞ。
熱って。
あ、くそ、自分で気づいてないんじゃ、本当に重症じゃないか。なんだってこんな。
Why didn't I notice something so obvious? Even though I was depressed about Saber, there's something wrong with me if I can't care for Sakura's health.
先輩、私、本当に大丈夫です。今のはちょっと転んだだけで、別にめまいとかそういうんじゃ。
I think the problem is that you've just fallen, like, 5 times now.
バカ言うな。こんなに熱があるんだぞ。こんなの体温計使わなくてもわかる。
She probably actually doesn't, but... I pull her into the living room. I have to let Sakura rest for now. I'll report to the school that she's going to be absent, make some breakfast that's easy to digest, and for lunch, yeah, I'll ask Fujimura's old man and have one of their housekeepers come over. That's thoughtful.
先輩、どこに行くんですか？学校に行く前に、ちゃんと朝ごはんを食べないとダメですよ。
Sakura still hasn't grasped this situation. All the energy must have been a result of the fever.
学校は休みだ。さくらは今日一日部屋でじっとしていること。学校へは俺が連絡を入れておく。どうせ教室。
学校を休むって私がですか？
そうだよ。さくら以外に誰がいるんだ。俺はそりゃ怪我してるけど元気だからな。休む理由がないだろう。
We need to explain to Tosaka what the heck happened. Well, there's no reason for me to push myself and go to school. Because I lost Saber, I don't have such liberty. But there's something I have to do. I can't be staying in my house until I go tell Tosaka about last night, about Mato Zoken, an assassin.
とにかく、さくらは今日は休み。いつも頑張ってるんだから、たまには派手に休んでもいいだろう。
いいえ、私、本当に大丈夫です。
You're really not.
だから、朝ごはんを食べて学校に行きましょう。そうすればこんな熱、すぐに良くなってくれますから。
Man, I think the fever's gonna get more extreme if that happens.
バカ、そんなことあるか。なんかめちゃくちゃだぞ、さくら。
めちゃくちゃなんかじゃないです。無茶なのは先輩の方で、私は元気だし、熱なんてないし、先輩は怪我してるじゃないですか。なのに私だけ休んじゃうなんて、そんな。
さくら。
おかしいです、先輩。
Good lord.
なんか私、息苦しくて。
Sakura's breathing hard and is about to fall to the ground. I support her, but her body is heavy. She must not have the power to stand up, or maybe she can't stand up because her body is heavy. Either way, Sakura's so sick that she can't walk by herself. She's the only one who thinks she's fine.
バカ、いいか。何があっても今日は休ませるからな。嫌がるのは勝手だけど、そんな無駄に体力使ったら明日も休むことになるぞ。
でも、先輩、私は学校に行かないと。
Why? Delirious, Sakura punctuates her sentence with ragged breaths. Ignoring her, I lift her up and head to the guest room. Oh lord. She's already asleep when I get there, but she must still be semi-conscious. She's breathing painfully and takes a firm grip on my arm. I lay her on the bed. Her voice is vague. Sakura is staring at the ceiling, not at me.
Sakura.
Her ragged breathing, flushed cheeks, sweat-dampened clothes, and her chest heaving in pain. She looks so attractive that I quickly look away. Why am I so imprudent when Sakura is sick?
参った。やっぱり家政婦さんにお願いしないとダメだ。
I can't change her clothes or wipe her down. Her breathing has calmed down since she's lying down, so she should get better with some fever medicine. Once she can walk again, I can take her to the hospital to go get some medicine.
さくら、すぐに人を呼ぶから、それまで寝ててくれ。藤姉んところの家政婦さんなら馴染みだよな。
There's no reply. Her breathing still sounds painful, but it seems she's asleep.
まったく、変に強情なんだから、さくらは。なんだってさ、そんなに学校に行きたがるんだよ。
Honestly, given her backstory, that's really not that strange that she'd want to go to school every day. I'm just talking to myself. I know there won't be a reply because Sakura's asleep.
じゃあな、学校行ってくる。
I step away from the bed and head to the door. Then,
先輩と一緒に学校に行きたいんです。
I hear her answer.
さくら？
I turn around. Sakura's still asleep, and her eyes are closed painfully.
なんだ、ただの上事か。
I feel like it's still worth considering what she said. Or at least, like, thinking about it. I'm not saying, like, actually let her go to school, but... He's like, oh, she's just talking in her sleep, so I can ignore exactly what she just said. I leave the guest room. On my way out.
私が先輩を守らないと。
From what? Or what are you protecting us from? No offense, Sakura, but... Unless there's something major that we really don't know. I don't know if you could protect us from a mosquito. Like... Maybe there is something we don't know, but... It's quite possible. Quite likely, even. She says this in feverish tones. I mean, I know she just generally doesn't want us to get hurt, but... It's... The question for me is that just her, like... Her being like, you know, I want to, like, be there and somehow help protect him, right? If maybe, right? From whatever the heck is going on. Or is this a literal, like, you know, like, hey, I can duke it out with people. I'll protect him, right? I kind of doubt it's number two. Unless there's something really big that's being kept secret from us, which is probable that there are very big things being kept secret still, but I'm not sure that Sakura secretly having insane combat prowess is one of them. Right? Like, I don't know. It's cool. It is possible. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to write it off, but I mean, this route surprised us enough times, so who knows? But interesting statement that I have a feeling will make a lot more sense later. It's basically just, is it that general sense of wanting to protect somebody she's so close to and is so attached to? Or is it actually that she believes she can protect us? Because depending on which she means there, they have very different meanings. And I feel like I'm way over-reading into this line. So, let's move on. It'd be really funny if I'm not, though. I drop by Fujini's place on my way to school to have their housekeeper come by. I sometimes forget because Fujini is not the type to dress up, but the Fujimura family is one of the richest households around here. It has dozens of scary-looking people that call themselves company employees, even though it's not even a company. Many of them live in the outbuilding, so they're a large family. So there are many housekeepers, and one will be free to spare if I ask. So, I get one of the emergency housekeepers, who took care of my place a few times before Sakura started coming over. She's acquainted with Sakura, so I can trust her to take care of her. Lunchtime? Yeah. It's lunchtime. In accordance with our agreement, I meet up with Tosaka on the rooftop and tell her what happened last night. And the result is...
じゃあ何？マトウ造剣はアサシンのマスターでセイバーじゃなくエミヤ君を殺そうとしたの？
Yeah?
Tosaka getting really angry.
そうだけど、なんだいきなり。
いきなりじゃない。 聞いた限りじゃ造形のやつセイバーが倒されてからエミヤ君を殺そうとしたんでしょ。そんなの変よ。どう考えても手順が違う。
I mean, true, but some people don't want anyone that could ever potentially be a master again to live. Tosaka leans forward and glares at me. I back up just a few centimeters because of her attitude, but we're sitting in our spot behind the water tower.
ちょっと人の話聞いてる？エミヤ君、今の話あなたは何とも思わなかったの？
Tosaka glares at me in dissatisfaction, as if her attitude wasn't bad enough. Now she's getting right in my face. The space is small, so there's no room for me to back up. I'm like a mouse in a trap. There's nowhere for me to run.
そのどのあたりが違うんだ？
優先度の問題よ。あなたと二人っきりになったのに造形はあなたを殺そうとしなかった。
Oh, that part. Yeah, no, okay. That was kind of weird. I kind of just wrote it off as him being, like, stupid cocky, but maybe there's an actual reason for it.
アサシンが勝てたから良かったものの、負ける可能性だってあったんだから。造形はセイバーのマスターであるあなたを早く倒そうとするはずでしょ。
いや、それはそうだけど、造形はアサシンがセイバーを必ず倒せるって自信があったんじゃないか。
まさかアサシンがセイバーより弱いっていうのはエミヤ君でも分かったんでしょ。ならあいつはそんな賭けはしないわよ。
I mean, on paper he might be weaker, but he won in the end, so...
そうしなかったのは理由があったからでしょうね。
Probably.
まあ考えられるのは2つぐらいだけど。
2つ？それは。
Why didn't Zoken kill us? I'm not sure about any of these answers, really. You afford to play around? We just established that Assassin is weaker than Saber, so why would he gamble like that? I suppose he could have just been on guard against your counterattack? But, like... I don't know. That seems strange. Like... And he didn't want to kill me? I don't know. Why would he not want to kill him? Sakura? Maybe? Like, maybe it just has something to do with Sakura? I mean, that's my best bet. 3 is the only one that really does not make sense to me. But I think I'm just gonna go with 2.
それはあの場で俺を殺したくなかったからか。
まあそれが一番納得のいく理由よね。
Yeah.
となると造形はセイバーを消したくなかったと見るしかない。エミヤ君が死ぬことによるマイナスなんてセイバーが消えることだけだものね。
Yeah, that's actually really obvious. How did I miss that? Given that we know that something is straight up absorbing the servants, not just killing them, he probably would want to stall for as long as possible so that that absorption was actually possible, right? Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now, actually.
そりゃあな。俺の扱いなんてそんなもんだ。
Brutal. That's all I'm good for. That is tough.
何すねてるのよ。あくまで造形にとっての話ってことなんだから軽く聞き流しなさいよね。
She's like, wait, stop being so negative. That's not what I meant.
いや別にすねてないけど事実だし。けどなんだってそんなことで怒るんだよ、遠坂は。
別に私だって怒ってないわ。エミヤ君の勘違いでしょ。とにかく造形はセイバー自身に用があった。マスターとしてエミヤ君には生きていてほしかったんでしょうね。けどそれとは別のところで造形にはエミヤ君を殺す理由があった。もう一度聞くけど、あいつ確かにもう用済みって言ったのね。
Oh, for sure. I recall what happened last night.
当坂の娘にはまだ利用価値があるがな。小僧、お前は用済みよ。
No more use.
ああ、遠坂にはまだ利用価値があるとも言ってた。
そう。 そっちの方は点で予想がつかないけど、私から逃げ回ってるのはそういうわけか。会ってしまえばどちらかが死ぬしかない。けど造剣は自分も私もまだ生かしたがってるから、今は会わないように隠れてる。
Tosaka ponders. Well, I've told her what I need to tell her. If there's anything else I should say, it's... Man, there's no way he's dumb enough to try to solo this, right? Solo this route. Or ask Tosaka to help. Could you imagine if from here he somehow soloed the route? He's like, yeah, I'm cracked. Yeah, we're gonna need help. I have to decide what to do from now on. I chose to keep fighting. Montezoken, an assassin. The Black Shadow wandering around the town. The battle between masters over the Holy Grail. I chose to stop it even without Saber. And it shouldn't matter how I do it. I need Tosaka's help if I don't want there to be any more victims.
Tosaka, 俺はセイバーを失ってレイジもなくなった。ならもうマスターじゃなくなったんだよな。
そうね、肝心なことを忘れてた。エミヤ君はもうマスターじゃない。聖杯戦争に関わる必要はなくなって、他のマスターに狙われる危険も薄れたわ。
You see, you might think that, but we don't care.
そうだな。俺が聖杯を欲しがったのはセイバーが必要だと言ったからだ。そう。それじゃあ、あなたはもう戦わない？
Wrong. There's no emotion in Tosaka's eyes. Her words are merely something she must ask as a master, devoid of personal interest. This is not a question, but a warning. This is my last chance. She's providing me with a chance to back out, telling me I'll still make it if I want to withdraw.
Yeah.
But my mind is made up. I'll remember her consideration, though.
そんなわけないだろう。マスターでなくなっても戦いからは降りない。俺は。
そう。なら私たちの関係も続行ってことね。
She looks very relieved by that.
お互い敵同士だけど、とりあえずあの影を倒すまで休戦状態ってことで。
Tosaka suddenly smiles. She looks friendly, as if something good has happened. Well, I don't care, but...
ちょっと待った。敵同士ってどうしてだよ。俺はもうマスターじゃないんだぞ。遠坂といがみ合う理由はないだろ
う。何言ってるのよ。サーバントとレイジュが亡くなったからってあなたがセイバーのマスターだったことに変わりはないでしょ。曲がりなりにも聖杯に選ばれたエミヤ君には最後まで聖杯を手に入れる資格がある。無力化したところで競争相手であることに変わりはないわ。
Yeah, that's fair. That's basically the don't get funny when the Holy Grail shows up.
そうなのか。俺に聖杯を手に入れる気がないとしても。
そんなの状況次第でしょ。もし聖杯が手に入る状況になってエミヤ君もどうしても聖杯が必要になってしまって仕方なく聖杯を使うってこともありえない話じゃないわ。無欲な人間ってのはね、無欲だからこそ自分以外のものに引きずられるんだし。
遠坂、それは考えすぎだ。仮に聖杯が必要になったとしても俺が聖杯を手に入れられるわけないじゃないか。
I mean, perhaps, but
だからもしもの話。けど可能性はゼロじゃないわ。だからそういうことを踏まえて敵同士だって言ってるの。マスターで亡くなった魔術師が教会に逃げ込むのだってそのためよ。サーバントを失ったからって他のマスターにとってみれば目障りな邪魔者なんだから。そのあたりエミヤ君も気をつけて行動なさい。あなたを殺したがってるのは造剣だけじゃないんだから。
Actually, at this point, that is one of the only people that really wants to kill us. Wait, no. Shinji has his servant back. Never mind. Shinji really wants to kill us. And Kirei. I'd imagine if he realized we were still here, he would kill us. Like, without a doubt.
その忠告はありがたく受け取っとくけど。
I don't like having Tosaka as an enemy.
何よ難しそうな顔しちゃって。私と敵同士なんて今まで通りでしょ。
ある。それじゃ遠坂の力を借りられないじゃないか。
She freezes. She looks at me as if she's seen a ghost.
私の力を借りるって、なんで？
What, you think I'm gonna solo this route? That is funny. We're not built like that right now.
なんでも何も俺一人じゃ無理なんだ。聖杯戦争を止めるってことは他のマスターを倒すってことだろ。けど俺にはそれだけの力がない。
Yeah, not even close.
情けないのは分かってる。けどなりふり構っていられない。俺にできることは少なくて、その中で一番いい方法がこれなんだと思う。だから遠坂と敵同士にはなれない。遠坂とは休戦するんじゃなくて協力者として助力してほしいんだ。
Bro, I know she's so surprised right now.
ちょっと正気？エミヤくん。
Did I make the wrong choice?
正気だよ。俺は協力者としては力不足でお前の足手まといになるかもしれない。お前には俺と手を組むメリットがないし、俺にだってお前に返すものがない。そうだな。普通こんな協力関係は成り立たない。
Boy, that song scaring me right now. Why is that playing?
なんだ、分かってるじゃない。
Yeah, we do.
あなたの言う通り、魔術の基本は10日交換よ。元手がないやつに物を貸すことはできないし、釣り合わない技術者に手を貸すこともできない。今までは休戦状態だったから相談に乗ってたけど、協力関係となると話は別よ。協力し合うってことは仲間ってことで、そうなったら報酬だって山分けにしなくちゃならないんだから。
ああ、けどそれを承知で頼む。俺に手を貸してくれ、遠坂。この借りは生きている限り必ず返す。
生きてる限りってあなたね。
Yeah, that sure is a statement. So we're gonna talk about how red her face is, bro. I'm fully aware that I'm only a burden on her, but Tosaka is the most reliable person I know, and I can trust her to do no wrong even if she obtains the Holy Grail. So Tosaka is the only one I can see winning, and the only one I'm willing to cooperate with.
遠坂、答えを聞かせてくれ。
Only one? I look at her straight on.
そんなの決まってるじゃない。マスターじゃないやつと組んでも私は。
遠坂、
だからそんな風に言われても手助けなんてできないし、そもそも。
Oh, that's tough.
遠坂。
それじゃあまるでちゃんとした契約みたいじゃない。
Then, Tosaka looks down once and...
ああ、もう分かったわよ。それじゃあ交換条件。
Bro, she couldn't stand not helping us. Oh my god. She just kept listing off all the reasons not to do it. We just kept saying, Tosaka. Tosaka. Like, I need a straight answer. Oh man. She glares at me.
交換条件ってどんな？
交換条件は交換条件よ。これは立派な契約だもの。だから今から言うことを守れるなら考えてあげないこともないわ。
Word? What's up?
遠坂、さっきも言ったけど、俺今遠坂に返せるものは何もないぞ。
Now she must come up with something.
いいから聞く。
分かった。とりあえず聞く。
That boy's scared.
よし。じゃあ一つ目。協力関係になるのはいいけど、その場合私の言うことはちゃんと守る？
Let's be real, like, probably mostly not.
戦いになった時、
No.
どんな指示でも文句言わない？
There is no shot. There is absolutely no shot. Oh god. There's no shot he will, but the answer has to be yes. Oh no. Are we just gonna like lie to Tosaka's face or that's I feel like if we say yes, like I mean that's gotta be the right answer, right? But there's actually no way he will. Oh man. I know for a fact, like he's too reckless, right? We're just gonna say yes, but I fully believe he would never do that. Like, there's no way, right? Word, let's do it.
それじゃあ2つ目。私が信頼した分、私を信用できる？どんなことになっても、どんなひどいことになっても裏切らない？
See, that one is a little easier to answer. Did I even say it on the last one? Oh, I did. Will we always trust Tosaka? Alright, word. That one's an easier one to answer, I feel. But
そう。それじゃあエミヤ君はこれから私に絶対服従ってことでいいわけね。
man, I feel like we needed to say no to one of those. This feels awkward. Osaka says something dangerous with an evil smile. Yeah, she really did. That seems to be the final question, but I guess it can't be helped. I mean, because for real, we're just screwed if we don't, like, team up with somebody here. Can't be helped / no shot. Like, I genuinely feel like it literally can't be helped, right? Because what do? We have to either team up with Ilya or Tosaka, right? And I mean, I don't know if it's a one or the other thing. I don't know if I'm supposed to say no here, and then I will meet Ilya later and be like, hey, we're allies now, right? Or if it's like it doesn't matter, and that I need to be allies with Tosaka. And I'm not gonna like metagame this or something. I'm not gonna like look up the answers. That's lame. But I mean, I just genuinely feel like it can't be helped. We have to ally with somebody, and we can't know if we're gonna get another shot like this in the future, right? So that's what we gotta do.
嫌な予感がするけど、それが交換条件なら仕方がない。遠坂の言う通りにする。
I agree with heartrending grief. Then Tosaka looks displeased.
なんだよ遠坂。今の間違ってたのか？
That not what you wanted?
別に。私としては理想的な答えだったわ。少し物足りないけど、あなたがそういうのならそうするだけ。
Is that not what we were supposed to say? Did she want us to say no? I want to reload and just see if she has a better response if we say no. Just for curiosity's sake.
よし。じゃあ一つ目。
断る。絶対っていうのは多分無理だ。
あのね、1問目でいきなりそう来るなんて何様よあんた。
だってそうだろう。あくまで例えばの話だけど、どう見ても無茶な作戦とか提示されたら困る。
そんなヘマはしないわよ。そう見えたとしたら、それはエミヤ君の理解が足りないの。
Fair.
まあいいわ。じゃあ納得できる作戦なら従うってことね。
ああ、それなら守れる。
それじゃあ2つ目。私が信頼した分。
裏切らないのは当然だが、最後のは頷けない。どんなひどいことになってもって、どんなひどいことだよ。
そんなの決まってるじゃない。死ぬか死ぬ一歩手前のことよ。エミヤ君は元手がないんだから、それぐらいの覚悟は必要でしょ。
And I think that's fair.
それとも何？空手で私と取引しようなんて都合のいいこと言うの？
Fair.
痛いところをつくな、遠坂。
当然でしょ。こっちだって遊びじゃないんだから、それぐらいの覚悟を見せてもらわないと割が合わないわ。
オッケー、分かった。なんとか善処する。
そう。
No.
っていいわけあるか。魔術師として遠坂の指示が優れてるのは認める。もし遠坂がおかしなことを言い出したら簡単にうなずくことなんてできない。お前が間違ってるって思ったらその時はちゃんと反対する。
もちろん。そうでなくっちゃ協力なんてできないわ。
Yeah, Excel is definitely the better route.
私は独走しがちなところがあるし、ブレーキ役がいなくちゃ危ないって思ってたの。ええ、あなたがその役になってくれるなら助かるわ。
ね。
I'm a bit disappointed. I expected disagreeing to spark an argument, but Tosaka's nodding in satisfaction.
じゃあ最後の質問ね。例えばエミヤ君にできないことがあって、それが私にできることならいくらでも手を貸すわ。けどその逆になった時、あなたも同じことができる？
俺にできて
Yeah, what the
遠
heck?
坂にできない。
What would that be in this spot right now? Is there such a thing? Is it possible that she can't cook and needs my help? What?
ちょっと一番大事な質問なんだから答えてよ。イエスかノーか早く。
いや、その具体例で言ってくれると助かるんだが。
なあもう、つまり私を勝たせてくれるかってこと。
I mean, yeah. She says with her cheeks blushing as if she's sulking. It looks childish, completely unlike Tosaka, but
協力するからにはきっと遠坂を勝たせる約束だ。
it's actually really cute. Fact.
それじゃあ学校が終わったら正門で待ち合わせね。
You know, as much as I preferred that, we don't metagame here. For the most part. So, we'll just go back.
なんだよ遠坂。
別に。じゃあそのままでこれからかける魔術を受け入れてエミヤ君。今の言葉を本物にするから。
言葉を本物にする？
ギアスをかけるってこと。呪いとしては最上級のものだから、
Uh-oh.
おいそれと人にかけられるものじゃないけどね。
Wait. This is bad, right? Did we just screw ourselves?
あなたが承諾しているなら私でもロックできるわ。
強制の呪いってサーバントでいう霊樹みたいなものか？
ええ、けどあそこまで多様性はないわ。せいぜい金縛りに遭うぐらいだし、あなたの命に関わる強制はできない。効果時間は聖杯戦争が終わるまで。それ、
まあそれなら確かに。
じゃあ目を閉じてしばらく動かないで。魔術回路も動かさないこと。
I do as I'm told. Oh lord.
Beklagter, meine Bilder werden gerappt. Was ist schwarz? Richtige Euberichte Peitsche. Die Vergeltung vor Himmel.
Whoops. I feel like this is not what we were supposed to do. Fire lights up in my core. Osaka's verse coils about my nerves, insinuating itself into my body and mind. A sound as if a small bottle is shaking. Right next to my heart, another heart is created. Yikes. The bell rings, indicating the end of lunch. I don't know how deep a trance Osaka's magic put me into, but I've missed the rest of our break.
はい終わり。これで契約は成立したわ。
She looks really disappointed about that. Man, me too. Honestly. I should have just gone with the answer that I knew was like what Shiro actually would have said. Which was no to all of them. Ugh. But like we're here now, so I guess here we are.
それじゃあ学校が終わったら正門で待ち合わせね。
I mean, I know, like, I'm the one playing. If I wanted to, I could just go back, but I don't know. I guess at this point, let's just go, right?
今日からしばらくエミヤ君には私の家で部活動をしてもらうから。
部活動って遠坂の家で？
そう。手を組んだ以上、あなたを一人でも戦えるように教え込まなくちゃいけないでしょ？
I mean, true.
まあ、エミヤ君が素人だってことはあの夜で分かってるから、連日居残ってもらうことになるけどね。
I'm sure Sakura will be real happy about this arrangement, man.
いや、それは構わないし、むしろ助かるんだが、その今日から？
当たり前よ。まずエミヤ君の力量を把握して、今夜からの方針を決めないといけないもの。
Alright, here's the problem. We have none.
帰りはかなり遅くなるだろうけど、エミヤ君は一人暮らしだから問題ないわよね。
Oh lord. We're actually gonna make Sakura enact her plan, bro.
ね。いや、その通りだけど。
Tosaka waves goodbye and runs off. The bell rings to signal the end of lunch. Man, what was that face? She was like, oh, wait. Or was that just supposed to be like a goodbye sprite? I don't know. Looked weird. That's normally her like embarrassed sprite. It's Friday today. Classes run to 6th period, so we'll be going home after 3 o'clock.
まあ言ったな。さくらには早く帰るって言ったけど、さすがに初日からキャンセルするわけにはいかないか。
Yikes. I feel bad for Sakura, but I'll go with Tosaka for today. Well, she isn't a devil. She might let me go home early today if I tell her about Sakura. Right? Boy, you better hope. Or Sakura's gonna chop your legs off. I wait for Tosaka by the front gate. The sky is gray, and it looks like it'll rain any minute now. There's a chill wind, so it'll be a cold night if it rains. Oops.
何？考え事？
Then, Tosaka's in front of me when I notice. She must have ran here, as her shoulders are moving up and down.
いや、なんか雨になるかなって。
ああ、天気のことね。見た感じ小雨ぐらいかな。夜の巡回もあるし、あんまり降られるのも困りものだけど。
Yeah, that would be tough. Seems Tosaka's already made plans for us to go on patrol tonight. I don't mind, but I'd like to go by my house to check on Sakura before that.
父さんが、
分かってるって。仲間同士、きっかり鍛えてあげるから覚悟なさい。ちゃんとエミヤ君を一人前にしてみせるから。
That's not what we were gonna say. With those confident words, Tosaka sets off down the hill. Crap. I can't bring up the subject for going home early if she smiles like that. Unlucky. Sakura's really finna chop our legs off. We make the long walk up the hill south of the intersection. This residential area is filled with Western-style houses. Tosaka's house is at the top of this hill, past Sakura's. Don't mind us. So this is Tosaka's place. Sakura's house is bigger, but this house feels more like a Western mansion. And it somehow feels cold. There's been an air that seems to reject anyone nearing this place ever since we finished climbing up the hill.
どうしたの？足止めちゃって。私の家ここだけど。
Must be nice.
ああ、分かってる。ただ、なんとなく威圧されただけだ。
Coerced?
そうね。私のところはエミヤ君の家とは違うから、魔力の気配に疎いあなたでも、ここの冷たさは感じ取れるってこと。
Excuse me. Tosaka goes into her home, speaking in bored tones.
ほら、早く来なさいよ。罠なんて仕掛けてないんだから尻込みすることないでしょ。
She beckons me from the entrance.
いや、尻込みしてるのは雰囲気だけじゃないんだけどな。
Muttering to myself, I gather my composure and go in. This place certainly does have a cold atmosphere, but that's nothing. She has no idea what a big deal it is for a guy to come over to Tosaka Rin's house. Well, I'm sure she won't understand even if I explain it to her. If I'm lucky, she'll just laugh. Yeah, true. That is true. I still really feel like I messed up and that I am on the very, very wrong route. But, like, with that decision and forming the Chaos, that just feels very wrong, and Tosaka seems to not be happy with it either, but those are the original choices I made, so for now we'll stand by them until it inevitably probably leads us to a bad end. You know, it's gonna be really funny if I say all this and that was actually the right choice. Honestly.
なんで今じゃなくてお前の部屋なんだよ。
I didn't even remember to say that. With an utter lack of concern, she shows me through the living room and into her bedroom.
なんでって、ここのが器具が揃ってるからだけど、今はお茶を飲むところだし、別にお茶しに来たわけじゃないでしょ。
Yeah, man, she does not know the mental toll this is taking on Shiro.
それはそうだけど。
I wish you'd think of me as a boy her age.
とにかく適当に座って。性別は政治とカードで行うけど、どっちも苦手だったら今のうちに言っとくこと。
Tosaka opens the box by her bed. It looks like a treasure chest from an adventure movie.
騎士のメノなんか使ってもしょうがないか。あれ、政治切れてる。あ、じゃあちょっと下から2、3輪持ってきて。
You know Archer's real happy about this arrangement.
シンクのサルビアだな。まあ、そこの男を判別するのにそこまでする必要はないだろうがね。
私の勝手でしょ。で、持ってきたらしばらく下で休んでて。 彼とは協定を結んだんだからいちいち護衛しなくてもいいでしょ。
You know Archer's gotta be pissed that they have a pact, bro. He's like, oh my god, are you for real? I guess there is no vengeance for real.
そうだな。その男に君を出し抜く度胸などあるまい。私は夜に備えるとしよう。
That must be Archer. His presence must be thin when in spirit form. I didn't feel much magical energy from him.
驚いたな。同じ部屋にいるなんて気がつかなかった。
霊体になっていればそんなものよ。仮に実体化していてもこの屋敷にいる限り魔力は外に漏れないわ。外部への魔力遮断なんて攻防としては初歩の初歩だから。
Must be nice.
じゃあそのマキリじゃなくてマトウの屋敷も同じようなものなのか。
ええ。もっともあそこはもう魔力を隠す必要はないから、隠してるとしたら家から漏れる魔力じゃなく魔術師本人から漏れる魔力でしょうけど。
That's fair. They have kind of been losing their magical abilities, huh?
まあどちらにせよ魔力を隠すだけならどうとでもなるってこと。本当なら学校にもアーチャーを連れて行くところだけど、今あいつ本調子じゃないから昼間は休ませてるの。
Man, I wonder whose fault that is. The Sakura rummages through the treasure chest with a difficult expression. Seems she can't find what she wants. Is she the kind of person that never keeps anything in order?
ほんと普通の傷は簡単に治療できるのに、どうしてセイバーの傷だけは治療できないのかしら。あいつなんか因縁があったとしか思えないんだけど。どうしてこう大師傅の宝石ばっかり出てくるのよ。普段は出てこないくせに。この
Yeah, she's a little unorganized. And now that I think about it, that's a good point. All other wounds can be healed easily. So what if, like, it probably is literally because it was from Saber, right? Given the connection they have, that might be the exact reason, right, that that wound won't heal. That is interesting. She leans forward and keeps fumbling around. That chest looks small, but it seems big enough to be able to fit Tosaka inside. There's nothing to prepare for. All I can do is pray that she'll find the thing she wants, or just look around her room aimlessly. Then, I see something. It's a photo. A bookshelf that's about waist high is at the corner of the room. It's from the very beginning. I remember saying this like the very beginning of the game. On it is a photo that looks to have been forgotten. Dust falls off of it when I pick it up, and I can tell it has been left alone for a long time.
掃除をしてないってわけじゃないよな。この写真だけほっぽっとかれてるんだ。
Yeah, that's gotta be intentional. She probably just didn't want to look at those again, like those memories. Does Tosaka not like seeing herself as a kid? No, if that were all, she could just put it away. Maybe it's important to her, but she doesn't want to touch it.
それにしても。
People sure can change. Tosaka looks like she's 5 or 6 years old, and she's really cute in the picture.
昔から髪は長かったんだ。って、あれ？
The girl in the picture looks just like she is now, except younger. That's why I noticed the one thing that's different.
お待たせ。準備は整ったわ。これから少し痛い目に遭ってもらうけど気にしないで。どうしたの、エミヤ君。
What was different? I feel like I'm gonna feel really dumb whenever it's mentioned. I missed something.
トサカ、これ。
I show her the picture I found.
なんだ、昔の写真じゃない。隅っこに置いといたんだけど、それがどうかした？
いや、別にどうもしないんだが、ほら。
It's nothing much, so I hesitate. It's nothing I need to ask about, but it just caught my attention.
おう、そっか。リボンが違うって言うんでしょ？
That's the one thing I did notice, but that was so trivial that I thought it wasn't that. She was wearing, what, red ribbons? That was so trivial, I was pretty sure it wasn't that. I nod.
そんなの当たり前じゃない。女の子だもん。髪留めなんていくらでも持ってるわ。いくらお気に入りだからって十何年も同じのつけてると思う？
I mean, fair. Oh, she's right now that she mentions it. It's just an ordinary ribbon. Why was I so concerned about it?
なんてね。そう言いたいところだけど、髪留めは特別よ。女の魔術師にとって髪は最後の切り札でしょ。縛り付けるものだって相応の魔術品なんだから、替えの代物なんてめったにないわ。
She really just baited us, so then why don't you have it?
へえ。じゃあそのリボン、何らかの魔術品なのか？
ええ。髪を留めるってことは魔力を貯めるってことだから。遠坂は魔眼持ちじゃないから、せめて髪だけでも予備魔力を蓄えておかないといけないの。
Oh.
で、自分の体をコントロールするんだから、髪留めは自分で作った方がいいでしょ？
That's kind of strange, but okay.
それ、私が最初に作ったリボンなの。お気に入りだったんだけど、まあ、いろいろあって手放したわけ。さて、無駄話はここまでよ。スパッと性別を始めるから、まずはそこの椅子に座ってちょうだい。
Alright. Let's get this over with, I guess. Tosaka's analysis ends rather quickly. She lit an incense, did something like... tarot. Tarot or tarot? Tarot. I'm saying tarot. It might be tarot. Fortune telling, and asked me a few personality assessment-like questions. I think it is tarot, but... And Tosaka says...
該当なし。これ以上は無駄ね。
Unlucky. Swords. Come on. And quickly gave up diagnosing my magic circuit.
それってわからないってことか。
And when I ask her...
失礼ね。エミヤ君が五大元素に関わってないってことは分かったわよ。そこから先の性別は私の専門外だから、これ以上調べるのは無駄でしょ？
Boy, you know Archer's sitting over there like, don't ask me, don't ask me. Don't ask me. Don't worry about it.
あとはエミヤ君が使える魔術を見せてもらって、そこから推測するだけよ。
The thing about that one, right? That's how it is according to her. I run through the strengthening magic using the clay she prepared. It's called an ether cluster, and it's a strange object that returns to its original form no matter what happens to it. It's a good conductor of magical energy. I strengthen it so easily that I'm afraid it won't recover, but...
死肉みたいなものだから気にしないで。よっぽど強い魔力でくくっても、一日で復元しちゃう材質だから。
Yeah, that's about all we got right now. So, she says something like that. Shiniku, by the way, is meat that never goes away, no matter how much of it you eat. Anyway, I keep repeating the strengthening magic on the clay. I can't fail in front of Tosaka, but I only succeed 2 out of 10 times. Activating my magic circuit, which was easy when I had Saber, took a lot of time and effort. Uh-oh. You're gonna be like, you suck. Tosaka asks me a few questions while I cast the strengthening magic. Whether I'm self-taught, whether I can use any other spells, how Kiritsugu taught me, and what I have the easiest time imagining. So, Tosaka's expression darkens further with each answer I give, and by the end, she's shut up entirely. She's like, oh my god, I entered a pact with this guy. He can't do anything right now. Listen, I'm sorry I'm not... Like, we're sorry that this is not Unlimited Blade Works, Shiro. Alright? I don't know what she's angry about, but it's really awkward to be here if she makes a face like that.
遠坂、その、当然だとは思うんだが、あまりの未熟っぷりに呆れて、協力関係になったのを後悔してるとか。
I ask her the most likely thing.
後悔はしてるけど、未熟って言っても、あなたの場合は教え方が間違えられていたっていうか、よくもそんなやり方で今まで命があったっていうか。
That's facts, but that's tough. Tosaka ponders.
おい、遠坂、話が見えないぞ。
Why do you say it like that? Why is she glaring at me?
いいわ。とにかく根本から直さないとダメみたいね。それとさっきの話だけど、エミヤ君の工房には投影したものがまだ残ってるって本当？
残ってるよ。だって壊さない限り残るだろう、普通。
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna be like, no, that's not how that works with magical energy usually. But okay. I told her that I use projection as a breather in between strengthening magic. Why has he not mentioned that? Seems Tosaka's particular about it, and told me to use projection using the clay. She told me to make a vase. Everything started out smoothly, but in the end I still failed.
とりあえずエミヤくんにはスイッチのオンオフを仕込んであげる。
Yeah, that was like the first thing.
実際に体内にスイッチを作った方が手っ取り早いから、今夜はうちに泊まっていきなさい。荒療治になるから一晩寝込むことになるし。
Man, I'm sure Sakura's gonna be really happy with us for just randomly not showing up again. Just being like, yes, I promise you, I know you're sick, you need to stay home today. I'll come back from school early, like, you know, like, I'll be here later. And then just staying overnight at another girl's house. I'm sure she'll be real happy about that, man. Overjoyed, even.
一晩寝込むってここでか。
Where else?
何よその顔。安心なさい。別にメス入れるってわけじゃなくて、ちょっと薬を飲んでもらうだけだから。まあ、効果が強すぎるんで、しばらくは動けなくなるけどね。
Word, so we're just gonna do that again?
いや、荒療治が嫌だって話じゃなくてだな。
I look at the clock. It's almost 5. I didn't notice since it's cloudy today, but it's getting late. Tosaka's helping me as a fellow magus. I'm worried about leaving Sakura alone in her condition, but today's an exception. Tosaka's cooperating with me, so she takes precedence.
ちょっと、何そんな辛そうな顔してるのよ。荒療治は嫌じゃないんでしょ。なら、観念して私の手術を受けなさい。
うん、そうする。けど、登坂、確認するけど、本当に今日一日で終わるんだろうな。
そうね。ぶっちゃけその可能性は否定できないわ。開いてみるまではわからないっていうし、エミヤくんの体がもういじれないぐらい成長してたら長くかかるし、
That would be tough.
手術そのものが失敗する可能性だってあるし。
Let's not have that happen.
まあ、そのあたりは運ね。エミヤくん、最近の運勢はどう？
What kind of question is that? Saber just died, and you're asking us how our luck is? Clearly not good. It's bad. It's worse still given that the one asking me holds my fate in her hands.
ちょっと待ってくれ。そうなるとすごく困る。俺、明日には家に帰らないと。
え？うちってエミヤくんの家？
ああ、さくらが風邪で寝込んでるんで様子を見ておきたいんだ。何日も帰れなくなるなら、その前にうちに帰ってさくらの様子を見ておかないと安心できない。
You know, Socks are gonna look at him like, just like, why would you not like mention this? Like,
忘れてた。
she's astonished. Tosaka stares at me, bewildered, and
バカ、もっと早く言ってくれたらここまで引き止めなかったのに。
as if trying to get back at me, she gives an unexpected response.
スイッチの話は後。そんなのあんたの家でもできるんだから。
え？
She yells at me as she crosses the room and puts on her coat.
行くわよ。うちでやることは済ませたし、あとはエミヤくんの家でもできるわ。さくらの看病が終わったら続きをするから、急いで戻りましょう。
I gotta be honest. When I read she yells at me as she crosses the room, I read that as she crosses me, like basketball, like Tosaka crossed him up, and that mental image is in my head right now of Tosaka just absolute ankle breakers on Shiro, man. I'm sorry. It's just so dumb, and that thought is in my head right now. Oh man. Oh man, I've never wished I could, like, I never wished more than I do right now that I could actually draw, because I would 100% draw a picture of Tosaka crossing up Shiro. Oh my god. Okay, let's move on. Sorry, that was just a really funny mental image I got.
そうしてもらえると助かる。
As always, Tosaka being really nice when it comes to Sakura. And
それと思い出すのも尺だから今のうちに教えといてあげる。あなたの本文は強化じゃなくて投影よ。
that is correct.
どこでどう間違えて何をどう勘違いしているかは知らないけど、あなたは本来作る側に属する魔術師なんだから。
Yep, you guys, like, I wonder if Archer's sitting here like, dang, should I tell him? Like, should I let him know? Like, because if I trained you, like, I mean, like, I am you. Like, but when it comes to combat, like, I am you basically at a perfect level, right? At your peak form. Like, you think Archer's sitting there like, maybe I should do something? But we already know. He's probably like, no, no, I'm good. I'm good on it. Could you imagine if Archer just actually helped us and was like, yeah, here's how you do projection magic. Ignore the fact that our magic circuits are like activated in the exact same way. That's irrelevant. Don't worry about that. And just trained him up. That'd actually be fire, but I'm kind of doubting that would happen. Tosaka walks off down the hallway. I tilt my head in wonder, but I follow Tosaka and leave the Tosaka household. Interlude. Oh lord. Man, this rat loves its interludes, huh? Yeah, that's exactly what I expected. Just gonna go ahead and bookmark. Man, I made a lot of saves there. Oh well. The second hand on the clock ticks loudly, causing her to look up. It's past 4 o'clock. School's already over and he should be home by now, even if he went by the shopping district.
どうしたんだろう。先輩、遅いな。
Yeah, I'm sure she's feeling great right now about him not being home. Definitely not going to be very annoyed. She leans on the wall and murmurs absent-mindedly. Or just feeling very emotional regarding it at the very least, I'd say. She feels heavy and dizzy. She's surprised at how quiet her voice is. The second hand is annoyingly loud, but her words are almost inaudible. Only simple sounds echo in her ears. The monotonous ticking of the clock, and the painful thumping of her heart. The two sounds enter her brain even if she covers her ears, and her dizziness gets worse.
おかしいな。風邪、本当に治ってるのに。
That's why she sent the housekeeper home. She was down to her normal temperature when she checked it, and she was able to cook her own lunch. She was just fine after lunch, and she waited eagerly for his return. But her whole body is hot now. The heat source isn't her, so it has to be something else. Between her blood vessels, between her muscles where there are no spaces. Oh, I know that line's gotta be horny. Something that's not her is in there, turning like a car engine. Her fever is so high that it makes her imagine such a thing, and the abnormality is unprecedented. The sensation is strange and unpleasant. She isn't the only one that's in pain. It's shared by the things in her body, crawling through her blood vessels and nerves. To speak figuratively, it's like puppies looking for the exit to a can filled with meat. Huh? My only thought right now is, does Sakura have lustworms within her? I mean, the heat source isn't her, so it has to be something else. I mean, that line could just be a rewording of a horny line, but it could also literally mean there is something else within her, between her blood vessels, between her muscles where there are no spaces. Something that's not her is in there, turning like a car engine. She isn't the only one that's in pain, shared by the things in her body crawling through her blood vessels and nerves. Like puppies looking for the exit to a can filled with meat. Like, I feel like that's making her out as the can filled with meat. The heat source, the things within her, are trying their best to fulfill their role. Thinking about that makes them seem charming, and she cannot make herself hate the sensation. Tell me that's not what that means. Tell me I have some horrible misunderstanding. She looks up at the clock absent-mindedly. It's 4:30. A bit longer. He should be back in half an hour. She has to calm down and suppress the things running around inside of her by then. Yes, she's used to this. She's been disciplined and reformed many times since she was a child. She tells herself that it'll be no trouble this time either. But her fever does not go down, and the things within her keep speeding up. Oh my god, it's totally the lustworms. It's gotta be, right? There's no way. She's been disciplined and reformed? Ugh. First of all, poor Sakura. But like she's used to this. Like
やだ。なんかおかしいです。先輩。
her body does not calm down. She's never been able to. What's missing, what she needs, and what has changed. She tries hard to think about these questions, but the ticking of the clock keeps distracting her.
この音。
Uh-oh. Yeah, that was the... That was the barrier. Uh-oh. When she realizes the sound is not the clock, but a warning from the house itself.
なんだ、エミヤはいないのか。そりゃ都合がいい。
Hi. Oh, we chose one hell of a day to not be here, huh? A familiar person enters, barefooted.
おいおい、どうしたさくら。エミヤがいないと思ったら、こんなところに一人で。こりゃじいさんの言ってた通り、ライダーを使いすぎた反動かな？
Are those actually correlated? He comes into the living room and walks over to the girl leaning against the wall. Oh, never mind. Never mind. You use Ryder too much. Never mind. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, I know exactly what that implies. Oh no. That is disgusting. Yeah, at first I thought it literally meant like he fought with Ryder too much, right? Or was in too many battles. I was like, huh, how would that have anything to do with it? Then I kind of thought about what that actually means, right after saying you're getting all hot and horny by yourself. That is so gross. There's no way I'm misinterpreting this. Like, there's no shot, right? No shot? I cannot think of any other way to interpret this. I use Ryder too much. Like, so that, first of all, that implies right after what he's saying, right, is that, like, man, I hate even putting this to words. He's obviously, like, having sex with Ryder, right? And honestly, I thought as much from the first route. I thought as much in the Fate route. I don't know if I ever said it, but I really strongly suspected that, right? Given the way he talked about Ryder. I strongly suspected he was doing that. But saying she's getting hot and horny by herself and saying he used Ryder too much, doesn't that imply that he would normally use Sakura? Like, I'm not crazy, right? I hope I am. I hope to God I just made the worst read of this situation imaginable, right? I hope to God I get like memed on by the Fate community for years to come for how bad this read is. But I just feel like there's no way. And that's just disgusting, man. Like, is it just the lust worms doing it? Like, it's even worse thinking about the fact that it could be intentional. Like, that she's getting like this. Because yesterday, especially when I reread, like, some of the scenes, or, like, the scene yesterday that I conveniently labeled as, is this scene horny, right? I went back and reread it, and by the way, yes, it is horny. And that's what made me realize that the heat she's feeling is, like, that kind of heat, right? I'd kind of realized before then, but it was a very blatant connection right there, right? Absolutely not hiding it. And I got to think about how many times it's happened, right? Is it just coincidence that every time she starts feeling like that randomly, she like is like passed out? It feels like it's not a coincidence. I gotta be honest. And that is absolutely disgusting. I like I said, I hope I just made the worst read ever and I get memed on by the whole community for years. I'd be so much happier that way. But I really doubt it. Oh god. That is just disgusting, man. I need a drink. That is so unsettling. He comes into the living room and walks over to the girl leaning against the wall. She tries to run, but can't muster the strength. No, she had no will to run away from the start. Even if she gets away, she can never truly escape.
迎えに来たよ、さくら。おままごとの時間は終わりだ。
God. The one looking down at her has a fixed smile.
ほら行こうか。エミヤと肩をつけるんだ。お前もあいつの顔が見たいだろうからさ。特等席で見せてやろうと思ってさ。
Not what I expected, at least. The boy grabs her arm and hauls her to her feet, but that's just like, that's horrible. She tries to get away, but lacks the strength to do so. The man pulls her in and grabs her neck.
そう怒るなよ、さくら。妹は兄貴の言うことを素直に聞いておくもんだぞ。
やだ。違う。約束が違う、兄さん。先輩にはもう手出ししないって言ったのに。
She protests, her hair disheveled. He stops her with his foot. He has let go and kicked her stomach. Collapsing to the ground, she lets out a moan.
優しいだろ、僕は。じいさんから預かったものもあるけど、できればそんなものは使いたくないんだ。
The what? He forces her to her feet. He grabs hold of the coughing girl's neck once again.
安心しろって。これも男同士の付き合いってやつさ。約束は守るし、用さえ済めばここに戻っても構わない。ただちょっとさ、こんな状態の妹を放っておく悪いやつにはお灸を据えないと。ね。
He puts his mouth close to her cheeks and whispers in delight. Oh my god. With her neck held, she shuts her mouth in vexation. She tries to accept this turn of events, thinking that it always ends up this way.
そうそう。さくらはいい子だな。それじゃあ一足先に行っていようか。ここで待つのも悪いし、どうせ遊ぶなら僕の作った陣地に招待しないと。ライダー、さくらを連れてくるんだ。
Giving her a violent shove, he exits. The girl raises her head. There stands a servant with long hair. Well, any chance of her staying out of this is gone now. Oh lord. What was that, what, 4:30?
ただいま。
I raise my voice as I go into the house. Then, feel something strange as soon as I enter.
エミヤ君、廊下。
She doesn't even need to tell me. There are footprints on the floor. The only shoes I see are Sakura's. The housekeepers aren't there, and the house is dead silent.
さくら。
I go into the guest room. It's empty. The strange feeling turns into an ominous conviction. I return to the living room. Sakura isn't here either. The footprints end here in the living room. Somebody came in here with his shoes on, did something in this room, and then went back outside.
エミヤ君、そこの床見て。踏み込んだ跡がここまで。
分かってる。ここにさくらがいた。
Yes, I know. Sakura's waiting for me alone in the living room, but is not here now. There are unfamiliar footprints in the hallway. That's all. It's more strange not to draw a conclusion. The answer is clear if I think about it just a bit. Calmly think, and I can tell what happened here. So why is my head not working at all?
ちょっとエミヤ君。
I should have come home earlier. I should have thought about it more seriously. Didn't I have Sakura stay over for fear of just this situation? Mato Zoken said Sakura is unrelated. Why did I believe his words? There's no way she's unrelated when she's part of the Mato family. So why? Why did I believe such a convenient story? The phone rings. I nod at Tosaka and slowly pick up the receiver. It's Shinji. There's no mistake about it, and I knew this was what happened.
Sakura をどうした？
あ？どうしたって？迎えに行ったんだよ。あいつは僕の妹なんだから、いつまでも他人の家には置いておけないよ。
シンジ。
いいね。カッカ来てるじゃんか、エミヤ。サクラを連れ戻されて悔しいってわけだ。
Tosaka must be able to hear Shinji's voice because she's leaning forward. I raise a hand to stop her and urge him to go on. Yeah, she was about to let loose on Shinji, but...
回りくどいのはいい。手っ取り早く要件を言え。
分かってるだろ？いい加減肩をつけようぜ、エミヤ。お前だってこの間の一件で済んだなんて思ってないよな。
いや、思ってる。お前は逃げただろう。肩なんて、それでついてるんじゃないのか。
I mean, but obviously you know Ryder's back, so...
ついていない。あれはサーバントの差だ。お前の力じゃない。セーバーさえいなければ、僕が逃げるなんてことはなかった。今だって、セーバーさえ出てこなければ、僕が負けるはずがない。
You are such a coward. If Saber doesn't come? I see. Ryder must not have told Shinji that Saber was eliminated. Oh, that must be why he kidnapped Sakura. In short, this phone call is...
シンジ、サクラをどうする気だ？
物騒なことを言うね。大事な妹にどうもしないさ。お前が一人で僕のところに迎えに来るならな。
I stop Tosaka. If she interrupts now, there's no telling what Shinji will do.
つまり、セイバー抜きで戦えってことか。
いいね。肝心のところで物分かりがいいから助かるよ。場所は学校だ。いいか、くれぐれも一人で来いよ。ここにはライダーが結界を張っているからね。
You know, you
セイ
really
バーを連れてくればすぐにわかる。
don't have to worry about that.
もっとも、お前がサクラの前でそんな卑怯な真似をするとは思ってないけどね。
An ow is heard through the phone. I hear the sound of him kicking something.
すぐに行くから待ってろ。それと、一応聞いておく。お前はマスターか？それともサクラの兄貴か？
そいつは何の冗談だい？僕はマスターだし、いつでも頼れるサクラの兄貴さ。お前こそどうなんだい、エミヤ。お前はマスターか？
Man, you are
それともただの臆病者か？
you are just absolute filth, Shinji.
わかった。マスターとして戦いに行くぞ。
ああ、戦いになればの話だけどね。
I put the phone down. I start off right away.
待ちなさい。本当に一人で行く気なのあんた？
I mean, what else can we do?
そういう指定だ。トサカ、話は後にしてくれ。
Oh wait, she has the power to make us not do that.
後にシンジがサクラを連れて行ったのは目の前で自分の力を見せつけたいんでしょ？そのまま行けば殺されるわよ。今のシンジに自覚があるかはわからないけど、そんなの見せられたらサクラだってたまんないわ。
I know.
ここは様子を見て
Whoops.
作戦を立てるべきよ。
Bro, I get caught slipping sometimes. I think they're done talking and they're not. I know, but we don't have time. I can still hear her moans in my mind.
そうか。サクラの前で殺すかな、シンジ。
それはわからないけど、可能性は高いわね。エミヤ君大丈夫？あなた冷静そうに見えるけど、もしかして逆上してる？
I've lost my cool? She asked me if I can only think about going to school and punching Shinji in the face? Oh, then...
逆上してる。他のことが考えられない。今まで兄弟のことだからって口出ししなかった自分にも逆上してる。今のあいつはサクラの兄貴なんかじゃない。そんな奴にサクラを連れて行かれた。あいつから取り返してくれ。トサカは手出ししないでくれ。
Oh, bro, he's gonna get beat up. This is gonna be brutal. And he better figure out the secret to projection. I'm just saying, or we better have Archer just be like, nope, and just Hit him with something. I don't know. I feel like we're screwed. I go outside. The sky is dark and the sun's about to set. I bet it'll rain tonight. I have to come home with Sakura before that. That'd be nice.
待ちなさいってば。あなた一人じゃ助けられるやつも助けられないから、私と手を組むって言ったんじゃないの?
Yeah, that's something like that. I stop. Her words splash cold water onto my heated brain.
すまん。けどさくらが危ない。一人じゃ自殺行為だって分かってるけど、こうするしかない。
でしょうね。シンジがさくらを連れている以上、私もおいそれと手は貸せない。けどエミヤくん、あなたが何とかしてシンジからさくらを取り返してくれたのなら、あとは私が何とかする。
So what? Just get Sakura, start getting out of there, and then Tosaka rolls in with Archer? I hope so.
何とかするって、シンジをか。
シンジじゃなくてライダーよ。サーバントの相手はサーバントがするものでしょ。
Her rider already died. Like, I wouldn't count on her dying being the end of that.
私はできるだけ近くで身を隠しているから、とにかくさくらを助けてあげて。そうしたら、たとえ1秒後に殺されるって状況でも、絶対にあなたを助けるから。
And we'll have to have faith in that. Tosaka sounds like she's trying to convince herself. This is just going to increase the burden on her. I'm fully aware of that. I got Tosaka to help me, and now Tosaka's trying to fulfill our promise. That convinces me. I'll rely on Tosaka. In return, I'm going to get Sakura back.
分かった。後のフォローは任せる。トサカ。
ええ。けどそれには、あなたがちゃんと無事で、きちんとさくらを守ってあげてるって条件付きよ。
That's a pretty important condition.
いくらアーチャーでも、ライダーの相手をしながらさくらを守る。なんてできない。自分の身と引き換えにさくらを助けても、そんなの全然意味がないんだから。
That might have been the worst thing to tell Shiro right there. I gotta be honest, I feel like Shiro probably just disagrees, fundamentally, because of what he's been through. Actually, at the same time, he should know better than anybody that nobody wants, like, that people don't want somebody dying to protect them, right? Or, like, the burden that it can take on you, right? Like, he knows that better than anyone. But at the same time, we all know how reckless he is and how, because of what he's gone through, he's willing to die to protect people, you know? The school building is deserted. Thanks to the series of comas, the school closed early. It's not even 6 o'clock, but there are no students or teachers to be seen.
シンジの居場所はわかるか、トサカ。
あいつの性格から言って校舎の中でしょ。高いところで、かつ馴染んだ場所に陣取ってるに決まってるわ。
And we're going back to that same hallway? That can only be one place. Shinji's in the classroom on the 3rd floor.
先に行く。トサカは後から来てくれ。
ええ。10分経ったら私も正門をくぐるわ。まだ話してなかったけど、ここには結界が張られている。気配を隠したところで見つかっちゃうから、そうならないようにライダーとシンジの注意を引きつけて。
Yeah, it's the best we can do here. I nod and start running. Good lord, man. There's hot steel in my back. The magic circuit is already made. I tell myself that my only weapon is meant to protect Sakura, not to harm my enemy. Well, let's see if you hold that conviction in the face of that. Yikes. I stop. On the 3rd floor hallway are a black servant and Shinji, holding a knife at Sakura.
お前!
My mind explodes. My feet start to move again. Then, the black servant blocks my way.
止まりなさい。それ以上前に出れば、彼女の無事は保証できない。
I slide to an abrupt halt. My mouth hurts. I'm gritting my teeth so hard that they're screaming.
シンジ。よう。思った通り飛んできたな、エミヤ。お前のことだからさ。ああ言えば本当に一人で来ると思ったよ。
My cool brain boils up once again. My head shakes so much that I almost forget about the servant in front of me.
なんだよそれ。
Why is he doing such a thing? I'm the one Shinji hates, right? I would have come even if he hadn't resorted to this, but Sakura is Shinji's sister. An older brother should protect his younger sister. Family members should help each other and laugh together, So why doesn't he understand? Something I couldn't protect. Why can't he understand how Sakura must feel to have her own brother holding a knife to her?
お前、本気でそんなことやってんのか、シンジ。
当然だろ。本気だからここで待っていたんじゃないか。この後に及んで何寝ぼけてんだよ、お前。
Before I know it, I'm running. Can't stop until I get Sakura away from Shinji. Right. But she's in my way. Ryder's blocking my way, protecting Shinji.
わからない人ですね。あなたは何をしに来たのです。この場に訪れたということは、マスターの意に従うということ。
Bro.
戦う気があるのなら、一人で来るべきではなかったでしょう。
Ryder, you know why I came alone. Did you already forget, like, literally last night? Saber's dead. Ryder's right. I have to calm down. Since I obeyed Shinji, I have to think only about saving Sakura and not defeating Shinji. Yeah. Is she subtly telling us to calm down? Like, stick with the plan? There's no way, right? That feels really unlikely. Obviously, she wouldn't actually know our plan, but... she's right? You know, as long as we're here alone, we should not fight. I take a deep breath and pull myself together. Shinji is enjoying my dismay with Sakura in his arms. Sakura hasn't raised her head since I arrived. She's not unconscious. She's standing unassisted. Her head is down because she doesn't want to raise it.
Shinji, お前、桜に俺たちのことを話したのか?
I glare at him, unable to hide my anger. There's no way.
そうか。ああ、そういうことか。
You just gave him an idea. Nice.
ああ、安心しろよ、エミヤ。お前が黙っているもんだからさ、ちゃんと1から10まで話してやったよ。僕たちがマスターで今まで殺し合いをしてきたってさ。
Never mind. I thought he was like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's do that.
隠しておきたかったのかい？バーカ！そんなのバレるに決まってるじゃんか。こいつさ、お前が何か隠してるって気づいてたらしいぜ。けど自分はただの後輩だから聞けなかった。だとさ。
Yeah, she obviously knew we were hiding something. That much was very obvious. He presses the blade against Sakura's cheek. Why can't I cannot talk right now. Sakura looks away, but grits her teeth so that she won't raise her face.
さあ、遠慮せずに聞けよ、さくら。今のエミヤは隠し事なんてできないぜ。ほら、念願叶ったりだろうが。
She doesn't reply, with her head down.
ん？何黙ってるんだよ、お前。いいから聞いてみろよ。エミヤがお前のことどう思ってるか、お前が薄汚い魔頭の女って知って嫌われたかどうか、ちゃんと自分の口で聞いてみたらどうだ
？What? Man, I don't think there's any universe where that matters to Shira right now.
Shinji!
The figure looks like she's apologizing to me, and I can't contain myself anymore.
もういいだろ。約束通り来たんだ。桜を離せ。
はあ？約束なんてしてないよ。したのは命令さ。一人で来れば桜には何もしないって、そう言っただけじゃないか。そう睨むなよ、エミヤ。僕だって鬼じゃない。妹を取り返したいっていうお前の気持ちは嬉しいからね。お前が誠意を見せるなら僕も答えるよ。ことが終われば、桜はこのまま連れて返してやってもいい。
そうか。それは約束だな、シンジ。
ああ、お前が言う通りにするんなら、桜は話す。これは約束だ。必ず守る。
I mean, we can't do anything except trust him right now. Not that I trust him in any way at all whatsoever, but...
わかった。で、
no, probably kill
お前の
yourself.
要件ってのは何だ？ここで土下座でもしろっていうのか？
Yeah, probably not. That'd be getting off light.
そんなのいらないよ。男に頭を下げられて何が嬉しいって言うんだ。僕は戦うためにお前を呼び出したんだ。 言っただろ。いい加減肩をつけようってさ。
Goodness. Ryder takes a step forward. There's no enmity or intent to kill. Ryder steps forward to obey her master.
けど、ただやり合うのもつまらないだろ。僕は魔術師じゃないから不公平だし。
Sure.
ただの喧嘩じゃ僕が勝つのは分かりきってるしさ。
It's certainly something like that.
だからここは公平を期して、そいつの相手をしてもらうことにしたんだ。
Sweet. Alright. Sounds good. Fight Ryder empty-handed, huh? That's like telling me to die.
何？命までは取らないさ。ライダーには手加減するように言ってある。ま、これからうろちょろされるのも目障りだから、2、3本は折らせてもらうけど。
Ryder's not holding her dagger. Seems she really is going to go easy on me.
簡単だろ？ただバカみたいに殴られてればいいんだ。
You know, given what we know, with her superhuman strength, I'm not so sure.
ああ、けど簡単には倒れるなよ、エミヤ。
Oh, good lord.
僕が満足する前に気絶なんかしたら、サクラは僕が連れて帰ることになるからね。
You are the scum of the earth. Ryder comes closer. 3 more steps. I'll be within her reach.
抵抗はするな。けど簡単に倒れるなか。矛盾してるぞ、シンジ。お前、何がしたいんだ？
そんなの決まってるじゃないか。僕はさ、単にお前をぶちのめしたいだけなんだよ。
Then do it yourself, coward. Ryder springs forward. I raise both my arms in preparation for her attack. At that instant, an impact that almost blows the bones away with it pierces my right arm. She aimed at my arm that was guarding my face. My arm is still attached, but it's numb and I don't feel anything. I lace my senses as fast as possible. I can't do anything barehanded. Unless I strengthen everything that can be strengthened, my limbs will be torn clean off. I have to turn my uniform into steel and turn my body into something even stronger, or the next attack will kill me. Can he do that? A tremor runs through my left arm. The blow like a bush hammer penetrates through my strengthened uniform and tries to break my left arm. Both my arms have been rendered useless in a mere second. No, they do move, but I don't feel them. I can't use my deadened arms to block her attacks. If she takes another shot at my head now, I'll be knocked out for sure. Yikes. Ryder is merciless. She beats me relentlessly, just as Shinji ordered. Her movements remind me of a machine. I protect my face with my arms that barely move. From the start, I can't perceive Ryder's attacks to block them accordingly. I have to concentrate on guarding my head so that I won't get knocked unconscious. He's just getting pummeled. Yikes. What is Ryder thinking? Even though my arms are an easy target, she ignores them. She only hits my exposed chest and stomach. They're agonizing blows, but aren't as strong as the attacks that numbed my arms. Odds that that's intentional? It's strange. With the strength Ryder showed at the Ryudo Temple, a single blow should be enough to tear me in half. Is she going easy like Shinji said? Well, she's going easy on me by not aiming at my face, but even with that in mind, something's not right. You might be getting your clock cleaned, but it could be way worse than this. In short, her power is way too different. A servant's power is in direct proportion to the magical energy you can feel from them. Ryder was a strong servant back at the Ryudo Temple, but the rider before me now is the rider that was defeated at the park. I don't know what happened, but if that's the case, I still have a chance to outwit Shinji. What's the cause of that difference? Is it just being at the Ryudo Temple? Like something about being at that location that empowers Ryder? Or was it something else? I don't know. I fall forward. Seemingly tired of using me like a punching bag, she steps forward and drives her fist into my stomach. It's like a stake gouging into my abdomen. The attack is really effective. The bruises from last night are screaming with pain. Gastric juice fills my mouth and I almost fall down to my knees.
どうした？それで終わりかい、エミヤ。サクラの前なんだからしっかりしろよ。そんなんじゃ全然格好つかないじゃないか。
I fall forward. Ryder steps back and watches. Then I grab Ryder's arm and force myself up. Dang, that's bold.
いいぞエミヤ、ゴキブリ並みのしぶとさだ。
That is bold.
お前本当に面白いぜ。
Uh-oh. Damn, that hurts. My head is spinning, even though she didn't hit me there.
ああ、けどまあ見せ物としちゃ三流だったな。このまま続けても同じことの繰り返しだ。そろそろ飽きてきたし、あとは豪快な KO シーンで締めくくろうか。
The same? Are you stupid? What's the same about this? We're standing in a different position now. Hasn't he noticed that I switched positions with Ryder when I pulled myself up using her arm?
距離は5メートルほどです。我慢強いあなたの勝ちですね。
Why is she telling us that? Why would she tell us that? I raised my head. What did Ryder just say?
休憩は終わりだ。第2ラウンドだぜ、エミヤ。
Ryder shakes off my hand. The black servant resumes her attacks with the artificiality of a machine. Artificiality. That's a weird word. I'm being pushed back. To avoid finishing me off, Ryder's attacks stay clear of my vital areas. My body is numb. She wants us to complete our goal. She definitely does. I swear to you. I'm bruised everywhere I got hit. I don't feel pain anymore. It's because the pain from within is worse than her attacks. Ryder's attacked me to destroy my body.
お覚悟を。
The black servant closes the distance with an emotionless voice, and in that moment I am certain this isn't part of Shinji's plan. Ryder's decision not to go for my head, and that I can still move my body. It's not because Shinji ordered her to go easy on me, but...
いいぞ。もう手加減はなしだ。殺せライダー。
Ryder's hair flutters as she steps in and hits me in the chest with her most powerful strike yet. Yike. Yikes, bro. I can't breathe. I don't feel the ground anymore. Her attack almost blows me unconscious even though I knew it was coming. I hear a scream and a delighted laugh as I fly through the air. Sakura's voice is close. I fall. Under normal circumstances, I would have hit the floor and died. The impact of the fall doesn't matter. It's an attack strong enough to blow a human away. It wouldn't be surprising if the strike blew a hole in my chest. But I'm alive. Anyone can jump back if the timing is set so perfectly. That attack wasn't meant to kill me. She's kept me conscious and mobile, not because of Shinji's order, but of her own free will. Okay. That's what I was thinking. That boy's faking it. The range is perfect. I turn my body right before I hit the ground, straighten myself instantly, and grab the knife in front of me with my left hand. I catch it by the blade. I don't care about it digging into my hand because it's numb. I raise my other arm. Without a thought for the pain, I punch him square in the face with my clenched fist. Yeah, that's deserved. I throw away the knife. Trying not to look at the blood, I run to where Sakura is sitting.
Sakura!
Hello. Sakura doesn't raise her head to look at me. She's trying to avoid talking to me. I don't know if it's because of Shinji or because of all the things I've hidden from her. All I can tell is that Sakura's body is hotter than this morning.
話は後にしよう。今は家に帰って、それで。
Ouch.
そこまでよ。勝負あったわね、シンジ。
Then, I realize that Tosaka is behind me. After being wounded by Archer, Ryder's crouching down on the floor. Her clothes are wet with blood. Even though it's not fatal, she shouldn't be able to continue fighting.
遠坂卑怯者。約束を破りやがったな、エミヤ。一人で来いって言ったのに。
We did. For like 10 minutes.
そうね。けど、あれは約束じゃなくて命令だったんでしょ。なら、エミヤ君を卑怯者呼ばわりするのは筋違いだわ。
Tell him how it really is.
そんなのは詭弁だ。エミヤは一人で来るって言ったんだ。なら一人で来るのは当然じゃないか。
いいけどね。
You're such a coward.
確かに私とエミヤ君は一緒だったけど、何もエミヤ君が助けを求めたわけじゃないわ。
嘘つけ。呼びもしないお前がどうして来る。エミヤのやつ、 バカ正直なふりして僕を騙したんだろうが。
ああ、それそんなの単純よ。あの電話の時ね、隣に私もいたの。マトウ君声大きいんだもの。エミヤ君が隠してても聞こえちゃった。
Should have been a little more quiet.
満足いった？さくらが連れて行かれた以上、私がおとなしくしているわけないでしょ。あんたはエミヤ君をおびき寄せる代わりに完全に私を敵に回したってことよ。
Was it worth it? Probably not. A catharsis of getting to beat us up for a while. Not worth this, I'd say.
なんだよ。お前もさくらかよ。さくら。さくらさくらさくらさくらさくらさくらさくらさくら。信じられない。お前もエミヤと同類かよ。よく見ろ。僕はマスターになったんだ。
You are no such thing.
お前もマスターなら気にかけるのはさくらじゃなく僕だけだって決まってるんだよ。
そう。じゃあ自慢のサーバントに戦わせたら？アーチャーは腹を裂いただけよ。具現化の確たる心臓と首は壊していない。あなたが一人前のマスターなら今すぐにでもライダーを治してあげなさい。
That wound to his pride is worse than any wound we could have given him.
この言わせておけば。
Shinji scrambles away and takes out a book.
あれは
That's Shinji's command spell that burned up at the park. He still has it?
立てライダー。マスターの命令だ。立ってアーチャーを倒せ。
There's no reply. Ryder's crouching, motionless. A puddle of blood is under her, and the blood keeps flowing. She is the one who needs help right now. To order her to fight is to hasten her death.
このお前は僕のサーバントだろう。なら死ぬまで戦えよ、間抜け。
Shinji's fingers tighten on the book. That must be how he uses his command spell. With trembling movements, Ryder tries to stand.
やめろ。もう無理だ。諦めろ、シンジ。それ以上はライダーが持たない。
こいつらが簡単にくたばる弾か。さあ、さくらを返してもらうぞ。
Jeez, man. Shinji was already very, very hateable. But this episode, sheesh. He is just... Yeah, Shinji does not relent. That's a perfect description. I let go of Sakura and rush him again. At that instant...
さくら
I stop and turn back. Clutching her stomach, she moans as if in the throes of a nightmare. Shinji's book burns to ashes, just as it did that night. Whoa. What? Wind blows inside the enclosed hallway. It's coming from Ryder, who was lying on the ground, and from Sakura, who is still crouching, and from Sakura. Oh no. There is no actual way.
嘘。これがライダー？
Tasaka stands ready while Archer silently watches the enemy that stood up. Ryder is completely healed. The power flowing from her body is just like when she was at the Ryudo temple. Then, her figure disappears. Ryder suddenly disappears from my vision.
エミヤ君、伏せて。
The moment I duck, long hair flutters right above me.
さくら
And she's jugged Sakura. Ryder is instantly jumped with Sakura in hand. She lands opposite us, between Shinji and the rest of us.
なんだよ。お前、僕の命令は戦えって。
いいえ、そのような命令はありません。私はサーバントとして主の身を守っただけです。
Excuse me? Ryder lets Sakura down and glances at Shinji. Her eyes are covered with a leather mask, but her expression is frighteningly cold.
バカ言うな。お前の主は僕だ。僕を守らないで何を勝手に。
I'm sorry, what?
シンジ、コマンドスペルはマスターの体に現れるもの。
Did Sakura just become a
私はその
master?
身に成功を持たないものをマスターと認めたことは一度もありません。
There's no way.
あなたは偽物です。疑心の書が失われた以上あなたには付き合えない。
Ryder turns away from Shinji. That motion tells Shinji that she will never look at him again.
そういうことだったのね、ライダー。
推測通りです。アーチャーのマスター。ですがあなたなら、とうに気づいていたのではないですか？
ええ、おかしいとは思ってたわ。魔頭の人間からマスターが出るはずはない。魔頭の血はもう廃れてしまって、魔術を扱える人間は輩出されないから。
I suppose that does make sense.
だから魔頭の人間であるシンジは絶対にマスターにはなれないはずだった。なのにライダーは召喚され、魔頭の人間がマスターに選ばれた。そうね、私は魔頭造剣があなたを召喚してシンジに預けているのかと思ってた。けど話はもっと簡単なのよ。造剣は手を下すまでもない。だって今の魔頭家において最もマスターにふさわしい人間は
Tosaka isn't looking at Ryder. She's only looking at...
魔頭の正当な後継者。
The what? Oh my goodness. I'm sure Shinji loves that sentence.
今代の魔術師であるあなただものね、さくら。
Oh my god. She's looking straight at Sakura.
Huh?
I can't say anything. Tosaka and Sakura. I can only look at them alternately and try to figure out what was just said. My left hand hurts. My relaxed mind finally starts to inform me of the pain on my hand. I see. Seems my mind is calm. Tosaka's words and the sight of the command spell on Sakura's left hand have numbed my senses, but my mind isn't surprised at all. Only why? Why did such a thing happen? Sakura's hanging her head as if trying to hide. Judging by her body language, she didn't want me to know. Transfer of a command spell. A command spell ordering her to obey Mato Shinji. Ryder became Shinji's servant with that, and Sakura lost her right as a master at the same time, becoming an ordinary magus. So when Tosaka first had Sakura show her arm, she'd already given her command spell to Shinji. Sakura doesn't answer and bites her lips. Then...
くそ、もう一度だ、さくら。もう一度僕に支配権を譲るんだ。
Now why would she do that? Shinji runs to her as if begging her.
おい、何黙ってんだよ。お前は戦う気はないんだろ。マスターになるのは嫌だって散々言ったから、僕が代わりに引き受けてやったんじゃないか。それを今さら何言いこぶってんだよ、お前は。
Shinji raises his arm. His fury is overflowing, but there's no need for me to stop him.
ライダー、お前、僕に逆らうのか。
It's not disobeying if she has no reason to obey you.
あなたは私のマスターではありません。シンジ。たとえ兄でも、さくらに手を挙げようとするのなら、排除されるだけの存在です。
Ryder releases him. Shinji backs away, clutching his arm where Ryder gripped it.
そうかよ。後悔するぞ、ライダー。お前が何と言おうと、さくらが本を作れば元通りだ。
So she was the one in the basement that made the book.
お前が僕のサーバントに戻った時、どうなるか分かって。
無駄よ、シンジ。他人に、しかも魔術師でもない人間にサーバントを預けることは不可能に近いわ。それを可能にしていたのがコマンドスペルによる譲渡だった。
分かってるじゃないか。レイジはあと一つあるんだ。さくらは僕の言うことなら聞く。
だからもう終わりなのよ。さくらの刻印はあと一つしかない。それを使ってしまったらライダーを止める手段がなくなってしまう。
Yep.
そうなったライダーは自由よ。レイジで作った偽物の命令権なんかじゃサーバントは縛れない。ライダーに命令したところでさっきみたいに本が燃えておしまいよ。
I can't say I expected this, honestly.
それじゃあ
No longer a master, you're just a fraud.
ええ。あなたがマスターになるチャンスはなくなったわ。いえ、借り物のレイジュでライダーを操っていたあなたは初めからマスターなんかじゃなかったのよ。
The boy is actually a fraud. A crack runs through. With a sound, the existence of Mato Shinji breaks.
そうか。初めから無理だったのか。そうだよな。僕には魔術の才能はない。ジジイからは失敗作扱いされて妹には同情される始末だった。そうだよ。当然だ。分かってた。分かってた。分かってた。分かってた。分かってた。こんなの初めから務まりっこないって分かってたさ。
Yeah, you sure weren't.
兄さん。
What's Sakura gonna do?
いいさ。気にするなよ、さくら。こんなのは遊びだ。僕に才能がないってことは分かってた。マトウの後継ぎはお前だもんな。僕がしゃしゃり出ることはなかったんだ。
兄さん。
ああ、分かってる。分かってるさ。だからさくら、この続きはお前がやるんだ。
Jeez. I think she has no interest in that, but she might have to.
僕の代わりにこいつらと戦えってことさ。いいかさくら。エミヤも遠坂も敵だ。お前がマトウの後継者なら今何をするべきか分かっているだろう。
Could you imagine if Sakura actually became our enemy? That would be... Oh my goodness.
シンジ、あんたここまで言ってもわからないの？さくらは戦わないし、あんたにもう目はない。ライダーがいない以上、私たちもあんたには手を出さない。あとはおとなしく聖杯戦争が終わるまで隠れてなさい。
That would be the wise thing to do.
お前には聞いてない。さあさくら、言うことを聞いてくれよ。可愛い僕の妹だろ。
Please don't do that. There's no reply.
嫌です。もうやめましょう、兄さん。
Whoops. Sakura clenches her fists, turns her back to Shinji, and says that, and clearly refuses his order.
さくら、お前今なんて言った？
You didn't expect that.
嫌です。兄さんは約束を破りました。先輩は殺さないって言ったのに、その約束を破ったんです。
So she did know what was going on the whole time. That's not that surprising, honestly.
だからもう。
Sakura doesn't turn to look at Shinji. Shinji looks at it like someone else's matter and laughs. I feel a chill, and in that instant...
なら、お前の好きなようにしてやるよ。
I hear the sound of glass breaking. Whoa, what was that? Excuse me? Sakura falls. Her knees lose strength and she falls to the ground.
じゃあな、さくら。恨むなら僕じゃなく、ジジイを恨んでくれ。何？どうせいつかはそうなるんなら、今楽になった方が幸せかもよ。
Shinji runs away. What the heck? What is that? Sakura tears at her chest. Her earring breaks and chemical-like liquid is pouring out of it. She goes into convulsions. No, it's worse. Sakura's shaking so bad that it seems like she's going to crumble like a building in an earthquake. Yikes.
Sakura!
I don't get what's going on. In my worry, I run to her.
Take! この状況がわからんのか、貴様?
No, not a clue. Someone stops me. I don't know when he got here, but Archer's grabbing my shoulder. Good looks, Archer.
ここから離れろ。下手に糧を与えては戻せなくなる。
If we what? Archer pushes me back and says something strange. Yeah, what the heck is going on here?
なんだよそれ。お前一体。
The question dies in my throat. The hallway tints red. Oh no. The air becomes a mist, moistening our skin, and every wall starts to sweat like honey. My chest is burning. This air, this red world is a different world made by magic. This must be a boundary field that melts everything within its framework on this premise. That sounds familiar. Doesn't it?
どうすか。これ。
I can't breathe. No, the mist clogs my throat and burns me from the inside when I breathe.
シンジが学校に仕掛けてた結界ね。
Yeah.
もっともシンジからさくらにマスターが変わって威力が段違いになってるけど。
Yikes. Yeah, we gotta go. I look. On the other side of the hallway is Sakura, clawing at her chest in agony. And Ryder, who is confronting Archer to protect Sakura.
そこをどけライダー。お前の主は暴走している。他人の味を知る前に止めねば癖になるぞ。
お断りします。私の役目はマスターの守護です。あなたがさくらを殺そうとする以上、ここを通すわけにはいかない。
ほう、みすみす主を死なせるのか。お前のマスターは著しく魔力を消費していっている。
いいえ、失う魔力より多くの魔力を摂取すれば自滅は避けられる。
I mean, yeah.
幸いここには魔術師が2人いる。シンジは逃がしましたが、彼らはもう逃げられない。
主が変わったところで少年は変わらんか。他人の命より自分が可愛いと見える。
Yeah.
それはあなたもでしょう。私のマスターより自身のマスターを守ろうとしている。
なるほど。ではお互い気兼ねをする必要はないわけだ。
Alright, Archer vs. Ryder. Archer charges. Without heed from the corrosive boundary field, he rushes at where Sakura still crouches on the ground. And he clashes with Ryder as she blocks his way.
父さんいいのか。あいつライダーと戦い出したぞ。
そりゃ戦うしかないでしょう。
Yeah.
このままだと私もあなたも持たないもの。それに同じ魔術師としてさくらが下道に落ちるのは何としても止めないと。
Yeah, maybe not letting her drain magical energy like that would be the best move. Heretic. Are those people who use magic against the law of the association? People who cannot stop the magic circuit and destroy themselves.
待て、なんだよそれ。なんでさくらが。
だから暴走してるのよあの子。この結界はライダーが作ったものだけど動かしているのはさくらってこと。シンジが何をしたかは知らないけど今のさくらは見境なしよ。きっとさくらも私たちと一緒なんでしょうね。ただ苦しいから酸素が欲しくて他人の酸素を吸いたがってる。そんなの冬木の管理者として放っておけない。
Yikes. That's... Yeah, we gotta stop that, but I don't know how exactly we're gonna stop that unless Archer actually wins the fight.
放っておけないって。お前さくらをどうする気だ。
それはあーちゃんに聞いて。私にはああなった魔術師を止める方法は一つしかない。
Boy, I sure hope so.
けどまあどちらにせよその前にライダーをなんとかしないとね。見たところあーちゃんの方が強いんだけどあーちゃんのやつなんか出力が落ちてるみたい。
出力が落ちてる。
I look back at the hallway. Archer's overwhelming, even in my eyes. In terms of pure power, he is stronger. There's no way that Ryder can hold him back. But it's strange. Ryder's strength is her agility. She shouldn't be good at fights where she has to protect someone. Being forced to protect someone should put her at a disadvantage. Archer should have already defeated her and moved on to Sakura. But that's not the case. So could Ryder be overwhelming him? Archer's sword swings through empty air, her hair flowing as she moves. Ryder arches back and avoids the attack, then steps in and slashes at Archer. But Ryder isn't the only one who attacks and defends at the same time. Archer repels Ryder's dagger with his other sword and pushes her back. Advance and retreat. They're evenly matched. Archer cannot press forward, Ryder cannot force him back, and they consequently clash swords without any progress. But, I mean, if you're the one defending, that means you're winning that battle. The impatient one is Archer. Though his enemy is weaker than him, he cannot repel her, and the boundary field is slowly taking his energy. And to add, Tosaka and I are at our limits. Just stopping our breathing our breaths is painful, so being in the hallway stabs at our minds. At this pace, we'll fall before Archer defeats Ryder. Man, I hope you got an ace up your sleeve, Shiro. You better suddenly remember how to project. Archer clucks his tongue in annoyance. There.
あなたの力は分かった。残念ですが、今のあなたでは私を倒せない。
Ryder stops and makes an announcement in a regretful voice.
何？
あなたでは勝てないと言ったのです。あなたは宝具を使わない。あなたのマスターが使用を禁じているのか、あなた自身がさくらを気遣っているのかは知りません。
Yeah.
ただ、使わない以上はここで終わりです。
He's got to use
あな
that
たは
reality
私に
marble.
は勝てないでしょう。
You might need that. Planting her feet, her only weapon, Ryder confronts Archer. She looks so defenseless that the match could be decided if Archer attacked her now.
お前の主を気遣ったつもりはない。単に使う必要がないだけだ。お前とて宝具は使えまい。先ほどまで麻藤真司がマスターだったお前では、宝具を使うだけの魔力が溜まっていないからな。
そうですね。真司という主では私に魔力を与えられなかった。そのため現在私の宝具は使えません。
How does that help us?
そういうことだ。使わぬ相手に対して魔力を消費することもない。次でお前を切り伏せ、あの娘を切り伏せればそれで終わる。
Cher's not gonna like that.
ええ。ではそういうことにしておきましょう。私としてもその方が気兼ねなく手を下せる。
Ryder answers calmly. What does she intend to do? Without even readying her weapon, Ryder stands against Archer. But stops when she hears the voice.
さくら、あなたはそこで耐えていてください。
やめて、もうやめて、ライダー。私こんなことがしたくてあなたを呼んだんじゃない。
その命令は聞けません。私は何よりあなたの命を優先する。
Yikes. Sakura tried. Ryder raises her arm. There's 4 meters between her and Archer. Maintaining that distance, the black servant puts her hand on her face and...
それにこれはあなたが望んだことでしょう、さくら。
Oh. She releases the black seal. Everything solidifies at that instant. What? Ryder's naked eyes. They're inhuman eyes, one of the highest rank among numerous mystic eyes. Gray eyes. They look like crystals, and they are too abnormal to be called eyeballs. The corneas do not take in light. The pupil sees the world through a square. The iris is solidified, not allowing the eyes to close. The millions of cells that make up the retina are composed of ether. That's frightening. Are they art that the gods admired, or are they nature that the gods cursed? Ryder's gray eyes are abnormal, and at the same time, too beautiful for any human to have. Archer is frozen in place. Must be because he saw her eyes from such close range. His eyes are frozen even if he wants to close them, and his arms are frozen even if he wants to cover his eyes. He tries to charge forward and slash at Ryder, but his legs are already petrified up to his knees. Or is this Medusa? Osaka's voice is almost a scream. I can't tell what kind of face she's making. My eyes are also captivated by Ryder's mystic eyes, and I can't look away. It's probably not actually Medusa, but wouldn't really make any sense, but it basically has that power. My blood is thickening. The flow is solidified, and my senses are ceased. Mystic eyes. A single action magic that magi have. It takes the eyes, passive receptors of the world, and makes them function actively to influence the world. It indiscriminately casts its magic upon anyone within sight, though the effect is vastly increased if the target meets your gaze. In short, it's something not to be looked at, and it is a frightening magical nature that entraps anyone that looks at them. Their abilities and concealable nature make the mystic eyes proof of a first-rate magus. The technique to make one's own eyes into a magic circuit is close to that of a magic crest. But then, artificial mystic eyes only have strong enough powers to cast charm or whisper. Possessors of truly powerful mystic eyes are always born with them. Binding, coercion, contract, burning, illusion, extreme luck. Mystic eyes that directly intervene with another's fate are called noble color, and amongst the highest ranked of them are the eyes of petrification. No magus of this age possesses these eyes. There are only a few magi that make petrification magic possible. How great a miracle is it to be possible to petrify others just by looking? Breaker Gorgon. It is the curse of the gods sealed by the powers of shrines. Wait, is it actually? It is said that such evil eyes were only possessed by evil beasts and spirits in the age of the gods. The magical, noble phantasm that can petrify people with its glance. The symbol of the heroic spirit Medusa. Oh, it actually is Medusa. Wow. Huh. Didn't see that coming. Before today. You know, so I was right that Sakura was related to Ryder, but not even close to the right way. Not even close. It's worth a shot. Archer screams, his body now petrified up to his waist. Beyond him, a dark red wave is expanding from within Ryder, who has released her mystic eyes. Tosaka's moving too slowly. Something terrible is flowing forth from the other side of the hallway. Man, Sakura, I hope you stop this somehow. That's our only shot. The wave becomes sharp like a spear and aims straight at Tosaka. Oh, jeez. She'll die. Tosaka must be more entranced than me, as she cannot even move a step. Unable to dodge, she will be impaled by the spear. With a scene of several seconds in the future in my mind, Bro, what kind of question is that? What to do about Medusa's spear? That's what we'll call it. It's basically a spear. Attacking Ryder seems like a terrible plan. Giving up and just not doing anything seems like an even worse plan. So maybe we have to be absolutely dumb and try to protect Tosaka. And maybe we get lucky and Sakura's like, wait, no, stop. Don't do that. Not to Shiro. I mean, that's really our only shot, right? Attacking Ryder would accomplish literally nothing. And I mean, what, like, if we give up, it's not like anything's good gonna happen of that. Unless, I mean, maybe the plot's just supposed to move forward by us giving up and letting Tosaka die here, but I'm not just about to let that happen with that least failing first, right? There's no time to think. I can still move my legs and arms. And I just need to move forward and pull Tosaka. Tosaka doesn't even budge when I grab her arm and pull. I think she's heavier than she looks. Any other time, she doesn't move even when I pull with both my arms. And all that's left is... I charge at her to push her away. I hear a dull, piercing sound. I can't hear her voice clearly. Ouch. Well, it's back to normal. My body is burning. Everything is hazy, as though I have a high fever.
Senpai.
A familiar voice from a distance. My sense of reality is fading. My mind whites out and my left arm bleeds red, mixing like paint.
Yeah.
I see Sakura staring at me as I fall to the floor. Yikes. And she falls to the ground like a puppet with its strings cut. That's gotta be a bad end, right? Gotta be. No? Hey, we're not dead.
どう？気分少しは落ち着いた？
Okay. As it stands, this episode is ridiculously long. I'm gonna have to make an executive decision on whether to keep it all or not. But, just in case I decide to keep it all, the conclusion I will talk about what would probably be both episodes. I doubt I'd split this into 3. That'd be a bit absurd. So first of all, I wouldn't have recorded for 4.5 hours if I didn't think this was absolutely an amazing play session. Just so much happened. We start the day, and I mean, it was fairly normal. Just, you know, Sakura had the fever again. We went to school, talked to Tosaka. I accidentally became her servant. Whoops. And obviously then things go awry. So we have the fight with Shinji and Ryder, and we get the pulp beat out of us until we make Shinji lose control of Ryder. I think it was when he tried to use the command spell, and he's not worthy of wielding Ryder. So the book burned up, and she returned to her actual master. I mean, at this point, it's been 3 hours roughly since that reveal, but it's still crazy that Sakura is the true master there. I don't know what to think about that. Um, Absolutely insane. Sakura being a master is not the connection I saw between her and Ryder. It was not. It just wasn't. The fact that she's been hiding that from us the whole time. I mean, it makes sense in a way, because it was kind of clear that she was hiding stuff from us, and that it seemed that she knew more than she let on about the Holy Grail War, right? And I mean, coming from the Mato family, I can't say I'm that surprised. It's not what I expected, but I kind of had the same reaction as Shiro, right? Or actually, I don't know if I did. I feel like if I didn't, I should have, right? With the, oh my god, are you serious? But that makes sense, right? Like, it just that brief rejection, and then you're like, actually, no, that makes sense in like every single way. It's not a possibility I had ever considered, really, up until now. So I'm not going to sit here and claim like, oh, I secretly knew that. No, I didn't. I definitely would not have guessed that. But in the end, it makes sense in a way. And then the fight afterwards and the reveal of who Ryder really is, that is Medusa, right? Has the status screen been updated? Take it. Yep, Medusa. This episode's absurdly long. We're not reading Medusa's backstory right now. Oh, jeez. A+ Mystic Eyes? Good lord. Yeah, I guess that makes sense now. Yeah, that's... Man, that's the real Noble Phantasm right there. Whew, okay. But, Ryder is Medusa. Now, I can't say when I think of a Ryder, Medusa is my first thought, in all honesty. That seems kind of strange to me. But at the same time, Archer is an archer and he doesn't use a bow. So, clearly the classes are not hard locks. But that obviously means my theory with Sakura potentially being Ryder was wrong. Just flat out wrong. Maybe I was right to see a connection there, but I sure as hell did not see the right one. Oh well, it is what it is. So the more important part of than the Medusa reveal, frankly, is Sakura going berserk like that. Obviously, I have played the next episode, so I know the cause. But in case I do split it, and in case there's any newcomers here, I'm not going to say what that cause is. You'll see that in the next episode. Come back. But Sakura went berserk like that, and used the boundary field that has that drained the magical energy of everybody within it. And that is huge. That's absolutely something worth noting. And next, we see the magical energy being used as a spear. We protect Osaka and lapse and wake up at the church. And if I decide to split the episodes, that's where I'm going to split them, I'd say. So we're just going to go ahead and do a quick little outro, and this will be cut if it's not relevant. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I thought it was incredible. First part of the first half was kind of slow. But it was enjoyable, and then things picked up like crazy with the Shinji fight at the fight at the school. Absolutely insane. But I have the second part, and it should be good to go. It'll probably be up in a day or two. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. And with that, I actually might even get ahead of my recordings again. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys are looking forward to more to come, which will be soon. And I hope to see you guys there. Peace.